Hey everyone, Schmitty from Pirate Cycling League and Gravel Worlds, here to talk to you today about the Gravel Worlds courses. Some of the things you'll see, some of the things we expect from you, just kind of an in general overview, and then there'll be a more detailed review of the courses later. But we'll get started. I'm going to talk first about the 150 Garmin Gravel Worlds course and just kind of hit the highlight spots. At mile 33 will be your first chance to get refueled. The Mid-South crew will be there with a variety of items. Something interesting this year is we're going north, furthest we've ever been, and one of the highest points on the course, or actually the highest point on the course, is going to be at mile 39, right up around Loma, Nebraska. We've been through Loma before a few times. Loma's a really cool little town. It's famous for where they shot the film Tu Wong Fu, Julie Newar, so there's that. At mile 48, you're going to be coming into the town of Valparaiso, which I didn't know meant the peaceful valley, but we want you to go slow and be safe through that town. There's going to be a quick shop there. Hopefully the Boy Scout troop will be there. They've been there every year, and we've notified them. So that's mile 48. Slow down, respect the community, and be safe. You'll be crossing a highway not long after that, and I want to talk a little bit about your highway crossings. We expect you to follow the rules of the road. Stop at those highway crossings, look both ways again, and then proceed. Those roads are anywhere from 55 miles an hour to 70 miles an hour, so we want you to be safe. If you're coming up on a paved road crossing, slow down, make sure it's safe before you cross. At mile 60 will be your first mandatory checkpoint, sponsored by Shimano, and that's going to be at the Dittman Farm, and you'll be coming in from the north and proceeding out to the south. There'll be water, there'll be food, snacks, bathrooms. Again, when you're going through that property, slow down and be respectful. Again, there'll be another road crossing approximately 4 miles after that. Let's be careful crossing that one. It's at mile 64. Look both ways, make sure it's open, then proceed. There are going to be some dirt roads out on course, about 3 to 4 miles. Even if it's wet, we're going to still go. And they're 1 mile sections, so they're not bad, but we'll have 3 to 4 miles of dirt on the 150 course this year. At mile 74, you're going to come to your next oasis, and that's going to be sponsored by Champion Systems. They'll have supplies there for you if you feel like you need to stop. Our oases are going to be optional. The checkpoint at the Dittman Farm is going to be mandatory. At mile 82, you're going to be going through the town of Garland, Nebraska. There is a bar there. We think it'll be open. And again, go slow, respect the community, and be safe. Sorry, we're in a park and it's right next to single track, so if you see me turn and look, it's because there's people riding. At mile 90, you're going to have an option to stop and get water. That's going to be sponsored by Junto Wine. Again, just a water stop. Again, optional. At mile 97, we will be starting the Randy Gibson Climber timed segment, a little different from the previous years where we just highlighted a climb on the course. This year we're actually going to do a timed segment that anyone who finishes before 7 p.m. will be eligible for. The fastest time will get the jersey for male and female riders. That's going to be at mile 97. That will finish around mile 99. So if you're feeling like you got some good legs, go for it. At mile 99.5, we'll have another oasis that's going to be sponsored by Gooder. I expect some good things there. Gooder. Like I did that. At mile 104 will be an optional oasis. It's going to be off the course, just a couple blocks. It's going to be at the Rhinecourt Farm. We've started there, we've finished there, we've had checkpoints there. This year it's just going to be water, maybe a few snacks. Potentially it's just going to be self-serve, but so you know, there's another opportunity to stop, and that'll be at the Rhinecourt Farm at mile 104. At mile 118, you'll be coming into the town of Malcolm. They've been with us from the start. The little general store is ready, they're prepared, and we just ask you to go slow again through that town and support those people. Mile 118. At mile 128 will be your second mandatory checkpoint. You'll be coming into that from the south, proceeding north, and then out back the way you came in at mile 60. So you'll be coming in checkpoint 2 from the south. At mile 145, you'll be coming into Raymond, Nebraska. Again, slow down, proceed with caution. There's going to be an oasis there sponsored by Garmin. There's also a little bar there if you need to stop. But mile 145, not too far from the finish, we got an oasis for you. Then at mile 152, we're going to be going down a maybe 1 block long double track off of the gravel road into the far northwest corner of Fallbrook. Just be careful on that double track. Be careful when you're coming off of it, off the curb just a little bit onto the roundabout. Be careful there. And then you'll be done. The finish is not far from there. So you've made it. Congratulations. We're going to talk about the 75-mile privateer course sponsored by CycleWorks. At mile 10, you'll be coming through the town of Malcolm, my hometown, and we want you to slow down, be safe, follow the rules of the road, be respectful of the community. If you need to stop, the grocery store will be open and they'll be ready for you. At mile 23, you'll be going, you could stop, you'll be going to the Champion Systems Oasis. If you need any supplies, they'll be there, good people, and they'll be able to help you out. At mile 39 is your first mandatory stop. It's going to be at the checkpoint sponsored by Shimano. You'll be coming into that checkpoint from the north, heading south through the Dittman Farm. Again, we want you to be safe, be respectful, have your head up, pay attention, get in, get what you need, and then get on out. At mile 50, you'll be going through the town of Valparaiso. Again, we want you to be slow. I think there's a train track you're going to have to cross. There's a highway you'll have to cross. When we're crossing highways, we want you to be safe. Look both ways, follow the rules of the road, stop, make sure it's clear, and then proceed. So that's on all highway crossings, but you'll have one at Valparaiso at mile 50. There's a convenience store. We believe the Boy Scouts will be there. They've been there every year. We've told them about it. So you have the opportunity to get supplies, and I would bring cash for your ride. It's a lot easier than using plastic. At mile 70.5, you'll be going through the town of Raymond. There'll be an optional oasis there sponsored by Garmin. And then you're not too far from the finish. There will be a short double track section as you get into the Fallbrook neighborhood. Just be careful on that. You're going to hop over a little curb, get onto some pavement. You'll be up in the far northwest corner of Fallbrook, go through a roundabout, and then you're not far from the finish. Hey guys, we're going to talk about the Buccaneer course and the sponsored by Panaracer, and we're going to talk about the Land Ho 50K run sponsored by Fleet Feet. We'll kind of separate them out, but they are almost virtually the same course. We're going to talk about the Buccaneer 50K ride first. At mile 16, you'll be your first mandatory stop. That's going to be a checkpoint. It's going to be at the Dittman Farm, sponsored by Shimano. You'll be entering from the south onto their property, heading north out of their property. So just be safe, slow down, be respectful, pay attention. You could have riders coming out of that checkpoint as you're going in, so let's just make sure we're safe. And then at mile 23-ish, maybe 24, you'll be going through the town of Raymond. There'll be an oasis, which is optional there, sponsored by Garmin. Slow down when you're going through that town. Be safe, be respectful, and then you're not far from the finish. As you get close to the Fallbrook neighborhood, you'll be going through a little double track section. Be safe on that. You'll be going off a curb, not too bad, and then onto a roundabout. So just be safe in that section as well. So that's the Buccaneer course, sponsored by Panaracer. And now let's talk about the Land Ho 50K run, sponsored by Fleet Feet. Almost virtually the same as the 50K ride, but the start will be slightly different, as we're going to go through the neighborhood versus out onto First Street, but that's not a huge deal. We want you to know, runners, that there will be aid stations every 10K on the first half of the run. There will be a checkpoint at mile 16 in the Dittman Farm, sponsored by Shimano. Stop there, get what you need, get refueled. There'll be bathrooms there, and you're 16 miles in already. And then after that, on the back half of the course, there will be aid stations every 5K. So we got you covered. The course will be marked also with stakes. Though if you're taking a right turn, for example, there'll be a stake on the right side of the road, or possibly just a little bit in the ditch prior to your right-hand turn. And then as you turn right, there'll be another stake on the right-hand side, same location, off to the side of the road, maybe in the ditch a little bit. So that just lets you know, if you see one on the right-hand side, it's going to be a right-hand turn. If you see one on the left-hand side, it's going to be a left-hand turn. And then you should see another stake after you make that turn, just to make sure you know you made the correct turn. So we got you covered on the run. Should be a good time. And we'll see you when you get back in Fallbrook.
Perfect.